Namaste, yogis. My name is Tiffany Zoldan, and I am so very honored to be your guide through your yoga practice today. I'd like to invite you to come to a comfortable seat, known in Sanskrit as Sukhasana. You can either sit down on a block or a pillow, or root right down into your yoga mat with your sits bones, crossing your legs if that feels good. Now the first thing I'd like for you to do is tune into your energy. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, a little flighty, a little anxious in your mind, take your palms and root them down into your knees to feel grounded. Good, and if you are feeling quite grounded and you're looking to elevate yourself a little bit more today to get into that mindset, that beautiful headspace, then flip those palms up. There is no wrong or right way in yoga. It's just what feels best for you today in this moment. So go ahead and close your eyes. Begin to sit up nice and tall. And turn your gaze inwards. And come to your breath. Now, sometimes people think that you have to move through poses in an effort to do yoga, but that's simply not true. As long as you show up on your mat and breathe, you are doing yoga. And as you're noticing your breath, you're looking for signs of stagnancy, noticing if it's shallow or deep today. Whatever it might be, let's consciously begin to lengthen our inhales and our exhales. And we'll start by taking 3 cleansing breaths together. So empty out your lungs. Take a nourishing inhale through your mouth. Seal the lips, hold the breath. And then exhale, sigh it out. Good. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. Let that breath, that prana swirl through your body, and then open up your mouth. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, last one. Deep breath in, expanding through the belly, lifting up through the lungs. Heart rises. Hold the breath. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. If you have your palms faced up, press them down into your knees now. We're just going to start to make big circles with our torso in one direction. If you'd like to open your eyes softly, you can. Otherwise, you can do these movements with your eyes closed. All that I ask is that these movements feel good to you. This practice is dedicated to self-care. So if something doesn't feel good while you're practicing with me, then take it down, surrender, let go, come back to your breath. Good, and then move your body around in the opposite direction, making big circles. Doing my practice, or anyone's practice for that matter, this is all about you. So only you can tell what's going in your mind today, what's going on in your body today, where you're feeling aches and pains, where you're feeling anxious or tired, maybe sad, maybe joyful. So you'll take this practice one breath at a time. If it seems to be a little bit too much, you just back off. When you're ready, sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up towards the sky, reach through the fingertips, and exhale, bring the palms down to your heart space. If you'd like to close your eyes and bow your heads here, or even gaze at the tips of your fingertips, I would love for you to come up with an intention for your practice today. As I mentioned, mine is to give you some moments of self-care. But if there's something else lingering inside of you that's yearning to come up, yearning to be acknowledged, you're welcome to set your intention now. And And with that intention in mind, take a deep breath in. Open up the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Switch the crossing of your legs. Sitting up tall, inhale, the arms rise. And exhale, reach your left fingertips down towards the earth and lift your right arm up towards the sky. Now you can stay here for a few breaths, or you can drop down onto your left elbow and look up underneath your right arm as you reach it over your right ear towards the side. Try to ground down into your right sit bone, and on an inhale, rise up to center. And on an exhale, drop your right fingertips, hand or elbow down. And then reach that left arm over your left ear. Maybe look up if it's okay on your neck, and breathe here. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring your hands beside you or right behind your hips, fingertips facing forward. Now you can stay or plant them. If you're planting them, lift your hips off of the ground, coming up to your knees, opening up your heart. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale your sit bones down. Good. From here, uncross the legs. Come into a tabletop position facing forward. And stack your shoulders over wrists. Look back at your knees. Make sure they're under your hips. We'll take a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop your belly, lift up through your heart. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin, pull the tailbone down. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone back, draw the heart forward. Exhale, push the earth down, round like a Halloween cat. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round. Inhale to find a neutral spine here. Curl those toes under and then lift those hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Maybe this is your downward dog, your first downward dog, I should say, of the day. Maybe it's your first downward dog ever, who knows? So wherever you're at, don't stay still. You want to move it out here. So you can paddle out your legs, bending one knee at a time. If you'd like, we call it wagging your tail, where you shift your hips side to side. For some of you, it may even feel nice to lift one leg up, opening up the hip, and then the other. So making subtle movements, big movements, whatever you'd like to do to get into your body and out of your mind right now. And then come back to a steady downward facing dog. On an inhale, shift forward into your plank pose, and on an exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, hugging your elbows in, then your chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, cobra pose, peeling your heart off of the mat, elbows in towards the ribs. Exhale, chin down. One more. Inhale to your cobra. Breathe up. And exhale, lower your chin back down. Push yourself back into your tabletop position, hands and knees. And then curl those toes under, lift those hips high. Downward facing dog, pedal it out. Let's try that one more time. Steady out the dog. Inhale, shift forward into your plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your back bend, cobra. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, push yourself back into your tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now look forward. Take about 8 baby steps up towards your thumbs. When you get into your forward fold, I'd like you to separate your feet hips distance, clasp opposite elbows, and hang out like a waterfall or a rag doll. You can bend your knees generously here to alleviate any hamstring tightness. Maybe rock and roll side to side, swinging your torso like a pendulum. Maybe nodding your head yes, or shaking it no. Continue to connect with your breath. This is a beautiful lower back opener. And as you're hanging out here, maybe switch the clasp of your elbows. Maybe continue to sway. Perhaps just allow gravity to be your best friend here, letting the crown of your head drop down even more towards the floor. Good. Now release your hands down towards the earth. On an inhale, rise up halfway, fingertips on your shins. Gaze forward into a flat back. Exhale, release, fold forward. 2 more times. Inhale to a flat back, roll the shoulder heads away from the ears, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, release down. 1 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Now we root to rise. Press your feet down. Inhale, the arms sweep up towards the sky. Palms kiss, maybe look up. Exhale, Samastiti He. Bringing your hands to prayer at your heart space. Inhale, the arms right back up, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, dive forward, finish the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, fingertips on the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we rise all the way back up. Energy shooting out through the fingertips, palms press. Exhale, harness that energy down to your heart space. Let's keep it moving. Inhale, the arms lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Dive down, dive deep, let go. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, lift all the way up. And exhale, Samastiti He. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a giant step backwards with your right foot. And now you're facing the side of your mat. Should be facing me. Good, and from here, turn your right leg out. And bend deeply into the pose. So from here, I would like for you to stack your knee over your ankle and look back at your back leg. Root down into the outer edge of your back foot. Can you bend a little bit deeper? Now look down at your hips. Make sure your shoulders are stacked directly over them. Good, and then spread those arms like wings. Gazing out past your fingers. Finding your drishti, what we call a focus point in yoga. Something to softly rest your gaze on. Maybe even sink a little bit deeper, keeping that knee stacked over the ankle. On an inhale, I'd like for you to straighten your leg. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. So often, as caregivers, we are constantly giving care to others that we forget to fill up our own cups, right? How can we possibly continue to fill up other people's cups if we can't fill up our own? So this practice right now is going to be about self-care and filling up our own cups. So I want you to repeat after me some beautiful affirmations to remind yourself how special you really are. So open up those arms, come back into your warrior two. Good. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to your heart space. Say, I am light. On your exhale, draw that light out. Give it out to the rest of the world. Rebend that knee. Find your warrior two. Inhale. I am capable. Exhale that capability out to the rest of the world. And another one. Inhale, I am strong. Exhale that strength to everyone you know that needs it right now. Good, now flip that warrior back, reverse warrior. Breathe here. And then come back up to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your leg. Turn your front toes in. Good. Maybe bring your feet a little bit closer and then pigeon toe your feet, meaning bring your toes in towards each other. Inhale the arms out like wings. Look up. Exhale, bring your hands behind you. Maybe you can interlace your palms or you can clasp opposite elbows. Take another inhale as you lift your heart high. And exhale, dive forward all the way down into Prasarita Pada Tadasana C. What you're focusing on here is gravity. So root down into the outer edges of your feet. Pull up in your quads and lift those kneecaps. Squeeze those outer thighs in. Shift your weight slightly forward into the balls of your feet and then lengthen through both sides of the waist as the crown of the head reaches down towards the earth. You've got 2 more breaths. Good. On an inhale, press into your feet to rise all the way up. And on an exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Turn your left leg out. Bend your left knee. Finding your warrior 2 on the other side. Look back at your back edge of your foot and make sure it's rooting down into the earth. Bend a little bit deeper, stacking the front knee over the ankle. And then align those shoulders over those hips. Draw the arms out with energy, with integrity. Find your inner strength in this pose. They call it warrior for a reason. We all have a warrior within us. Breathe. Good, now straighten your front leg, bring your hands to your heart center. So another thing that we would like to focus on during this class is stress management. We carry stress in different parts of our bodies. Oftentimes we feel it here in our bellies. We feel it in our heart space, our throats. So wherever you're holding your stress right now during these unprecedented times, I would love for you to come back to your breath. At any moment where you feel overwhelmed, anxious, stressed, tired, exhausted, sad, angry, come back to your breath. I encourage it, I challenge you to sit with your breath and notice how it feels when you tune into that. Good, now rebend that front knee, find your warrior, and we'll continue with our I am mantras. So inhale, straighten the front leg, bring your hands to your heart center. Say, I am brave. Exhale that bravery out to the world. Good. Inhale, I am vibrant. Exhale that vibrancy out to everyone who needs it. Last one, so important. Inhale, I am love. Exhale that love out to the universe. Flip that palm up, reach back, finding your reverse warrior. Steady breath. From your waist down, you're still in warrior 2. From your waist up, you're reaching back with length. Inhale, rise back up to warrior 2. And exhale, straighten that front leg, bring your hands to your hips, turn your toes in. This time, I would like for you to keep your hands on your hips, draw your tailbone down. On an inhale, lift your heart up, and on an exhale, like you're tipping your pelvis forward, hinging at your hips. Come on down to a flat back. Good, take another breath here. And on your exhale, maybe your fingertips come down to the earth. Maybe you can tent your fingers. Maybe your palms are flat. Maybe you have 2 blocks or books underneath your hands. Now here, bring your right hand in front of your face and lift that left arm up towards the sky, finding a twist. Right away, I want you to bring your lifted hand to your sacrum, that flat bone, just above your tailbone, and keep your hips level and square. Once they're level, then lift that arm back up for the twist. Trying to allow the twist to come from your torso, not from your hips. Trying to open up your shoulders here, stretch through your arms. Engaging every muscle, reaching with energy. You can either look to the side or look up, but keep breathing. Stay with it. One more inhale. Exhale, we switch sides. Bring your left hand down underneath your face. Lift your right arm up towards the sky, but then put your right hand on your sacrum, square the hips, level them out, and then continue with the twist. Opening up the arm perhaps, maybe looking up if it's okay on the neck. Find your breath. One more inhale. Exhale the palms down. Now from here, trying to keep those hips in line with those heels, you're just going to walk your hands forward. It's like a very wide-legged downward facing dog. And then you'll allow your heart to start to melt down towards the earth. Breathe. Stretch your tailbone back. Draw your heart down and forward. Reach through your palms. Elongate through the arms. One more breath. Exhale here. On your inhale, walk your hands back. Bring your hands to your hips. Press into your feet, and on an inhale, rise all the way up. Just turn your heels in and bend your knees. Now your toes are pointing outwards, and you're trying to stack your knees over those ankles. Goddess pose. Okay, so the tendency here is to have a big arch in our lower back. We want to draw the tailbone down, good, and sit a little bit deeper. Now stretch those arms out like wings. Now let's take goddess arms. We'll take the Anjali Mudra, index and thumbs together. Elbows are out on the 90-degree angle, and breathe, sit a little bit lower. Whatever's coming up for you, breathe into it. So the whole point of the I am mantra is because there's this famous quote by Brené Brown, and I love it. But she says, talk to yourself like you would talk to someone you love. It is such a good reminder of self-care. Again, as caregivers, we're always giving, 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 filling up others' cups. But if we're not talking to ourselves the way we talk to them, we're doing a big disservice. So that's why at any point during your day, you can remind yourself with those, I am peace, I am love, I am consciousness, whatever you want to tell yourself, let it be beautiful words of love. On an inhale, find your star. On an exhale, back into goddess. Inhale, open up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, open just like life. We find stagnancy and stillness. Exhale here, and then we move through it with flow. Inhale up, exhale down. One more inhale up, exhale down, we pause. And if you can smile here in this pose, you can smile anywhere. From here, bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs, and then keep your right toes turned out, bring your left toes in. Okay, I want you to swivel those hips side to side. Allow it to feel good. Lubricate those hip joints, and then find stillness. Deep breath in. Arms reach out in a T-shaped position. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your bottom hand can come above or below your knee, but not on your kneecap, and it can rest on your ankle, shin, the floor, whatever you'd like. See if you can stack your top arm over your bottom arm and create more space by opening up your torso. Now, for anyone who would like to stay and work through this pose, trust me, you are doing a lot. If you want a little bit more and you want to play with balance, bring your top hand down onto your hip, bend your front knee, reach your fingertips forward about a foot in front of your big toe, and lift that leg up towards the sky. So the whole point here is to draw energy through that lifted leg out through the heel. Engage the quad, keep the leg just hip height, flex the foot. Beautiful. If you want more, you can open up that arm, stacking both arms, finding a little bit of balance, maybe elevate those bottom fingertips off of the earth. Take one more breath in, exhale, lower down into your warrior two. Everybody straighten that leg, bring your hands down. Good, turn your leg in, turn the other leg out. Both legs are straight, and wiggle those hips. And then find stillness, open up the arms, open up the chest, gaze out past your left fingertips, take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Coming down into your Trikonasana on the other side, triangle pose, stacking the arms. Now focusing here on drawing the front thigh bone, the top of the femur, into the hip socket. And then allow the twist to come from your torso. If you want to play, let's play. Bring your top hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. Reach your hand about a foot in front of your toe and elevate that back leg up. You're just lifting it so it's parallel to the floor. Flex through the foot, engage the muscles, the quad, the calf. Lift the arm up if you want more. Steady breath. And then slowly touch back down to earth, finding your warrior two. Straighten the leg. And bring your hands to your hip, turn both feet in. Wiggle it out, shake it out, whatever you would like to do. We're going to find one more balance pose before we come down onto our mat. So step your feet together. I'd like for you to find mountain pose, Tadasana. Root down into your feet. All four corners of the foot should be rooting down. But lengthen up through the crown of your head. Grow strong and tall and steady like a mountain. Beautiful. Now we will turn into trees. Bring your hands to your hips. I want you to press down into your left foot and lift that right knee up. Open it up, externally rotating through the hip. Good. Now you can place your foot on your calf or on your inner thigh. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to press that foot so hard into that standing leg. And when you press the standing leg against that foot, there you will find the balance. Maybe bring your hands to your heart center. See if you can keep your hips nice and level. And then perhaps float the arms up, spreading through the branches, reaching through the fingers, maybe wiggling those fingers a little bit, giving them some yoga as well. If you want to sway your branches, you can. Making this a little bit more flowy and playful and light. Woo! And it's not serious. If you fall, we all fall at some point in life, right? When you're ready, slowly come down. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands to the hips. Root down into your right foot. Lift your left knee up. Open up through the hip and then place that foot either on your calf or your inner thigh. Press them into one another, okay? So your standing leg is firm. Level the hips, bring the hands to the heart. Maybe on this side, you'd like to take a reverse prayer pose. Maybe you'd like to draw one arm up, maybe the other. Maybe you're going to sway again, playing with gravity, playing with balance, playing with joy. Life right now is profoundly serious. We cannot plan anything. It's uncertain. A lot of us are unemployed. But what we can do is change our outlook on everything and try and find joy and balance within our days. When you're ready, slowly come back out and find your strength, mountain pose. Good. Step to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms high. And on your exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your left foot back and then your right, and we'll pause here in plank. Okay, I'm doing this for a reason. You are welcome to drop your knees down if you would like. There's no shame, okay? Otherwise, stay with me. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. See if you can firm your biceps and triceps and push the earth away from you. Now zip your belly button up towards the spine. Knit your ribs in tight. Draw your tailbone back towards your heels. You should be shaking. I am. And if you are, it just shows that you're alive. You've got energy flowing through your body. And again, if you can find joy in these poses, you can find joy anywhere. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower down Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and lift one leg up towards the sky and open up the knee. You can rotate your knee around, drawing big circles, or you can rotate your ankle. Make these movements your own. If any of you are feeling warm and you'd like to flip your dog, taking your wild thing, you can. This again is just an option. And then if you took your wild thing, come back to your three-legged dog. And then lower your foot down. When you're ready, lift the other leg up. Open up the hip if that's what you did on the first side. Maybe you're making circles again, rotating your ankle, or painting circles in the sky with your knees. If you flipped your dog on the first side, try flipping it here. Finding that little back bend, breathing. And then if you flipped your dog, come back to your three-legged dog. One more inhale. Exhale the foot down. From here, come on to your knees. For a moment, keep those toes curled under. Sit back on your heels. Ouch, I know this isn't going to feel good, but we want to give a little bit of yoga to our arches in our feet as well. So sit low and lift up tall. Bring your hands to your heart center. I want you to start to rub your hands together. I want you to close your eyes. And as you're rubbing your hands together, creating friction, you're also creating healing energy. And I want you to think of a place in your body right now, at this very moment, that needs healing energy, and place those palms there now. Feel that beautiful heat radiating off of your palms. You created that. You are a force. Never forget that. When you're ready, come back into your tabletop position. Uncurl those toes and just tap them out. That might feel good after that arch. Good. Widen your knees apart. Sink your hips down towards your heels. Draw your arms forward, coming into your child's pose. Maybe your chin is down, maybe the forehead is down. Maybe you are massaging out your third eye. And then inhale, come back up. Come back into your tabletop position. From here, I would like you to step your right foot forward. And you're just in a high lunge right now. It's important that your right knee is stacked over your right heel. Can you sink a little bit lower? Can you get into that left hip flexor? Good. You can either stay here or lift your arms up. You can either stay here or bring your hands to your heart space and then twist. Maybe you hook the elbow to the outside of the knee. Maybe you're simply taking a baby twist, okay? Again, there's no wrong or right in yoga. What is your body saying? What does your body long for today? Good, and on an inhale, lift the arms back up to center. On an exhale, bring your hands down, curl your back toes under, sink your hips back towards your back heel, straighten your front leg. Hamstring stretch. Inhale, come up to the fingertips. Exhale, start to walk your body down over your front leg. Now your hips should be stacked right over that knee. And this is called half splits. If any of you have full Hanumanasana, full splits, you're welcome to take it. Although we haven't warmed up the hamstrings, I would recommend it at this time. What I'm looking for here is movement with your breath. So on your inhale, you're reaching up through your heart. On your exhale, you're folding forward a little bit deeper. And then rebend that right knee, plant your hands, step your right knee back to your left knee, step your left foot forward, come into that high lunge again. Left knee stacked over the ankle, and you're sinking so deep into it that you feel a nice release in your right hip flexor. You're breathing as your chest is drawing forward. Again, you can stay here or you can lift the arms high. Take a deep breath in. If you're going into the twist, do so on the exhale. Wherever you are, stay with that breath. Even when you want to leave, stay. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the hands down. Curl the back toes under, sink the hips back towards the heels, straighten that front leg. Good, see if you can square the hips, take a deep breath in, coming onto the fingertips. On the exhale, draw your body down over your front leg and breathe. Remember, you're moving with your breath. On your inhales, you can lengthen. On your exhales, you can take it deeper. On your next inhale, rebend that left knee, and then step it back to meet the right. Widen your knees apart, cross your ankles, maybe swing your legs through or come to a seated position in the middle of your mat. Good, sitting up tall, staff pose, Dandasana. You can shake out those legs. Good, on an inhale, reach your arms up. On an exhale, reach forward towards your feet. Maybe you grab them today, maybe not. No big deal if you can't. You can hold on to your calves, hold on to your toes, whatever you can get. On your inhale, you lengthen. On your exhale, you fold even deeper. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Breathe here and surrender. So when we approach yoga, we try to approach it with non-attachment of an outcome. We try to approach it with no expectations, no judgment. We come onto our mats as we are accepted as we are. And if we can approach this practice with curiosity, it becomes very playful and joyful. On an inhale, rise all the way up. On an exhale, bend your knees, plant your feet. Using our core, take a deep breath in, reach through the fingertips. On the exhale, round down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming onto your backs. Now from here, walk your feet in towards your hips, separate your feet hips distance, graze the backs of your heels with your fingers and draw those shoulders underneath you. This is important. Stay looking straight up towards the sky without turning your neck side to side. When you're ready, plant your feet to lift your hips up. Bridge pose. Now you're welcome to stay here, or you can walk one shoulder underneath you, then the other, and interlace your hands, drawing them down towards your heels. Now what tends to happen is we clench our glutes, so try and release your glutes, but firm the quads and the hamstrings. Breathe. Inhale, coming up to the tippy toes if you'd like, and on an exhale, release the hands, slowly lower down. And you can windshield wiper those knees side to side. Good, and we'll take one more bridge pose, interlacing the palms the opposite way if you did that the first side. When you're ready, feet are parallel and planted, lift the hips up. Draw the shoulders underneath you. Interlace the opposite thumb on top, it should feel a little awkward. And rise up to your edge. Find your breath. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. This time, since that was our last back bend, you can hug your knees into your chest. This has a way of neutralizing the spine. Good, and then from here, keep the right knee drawn in, lengthen out that left leg. Give that right knee a good squeeze. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, supine twist. Draw that knee over to the left. See if you can lengthen out the right arm to the side, palm face up, symbolic of giving and receiving. If If you can, keep both shoulder blades down on the mat. Allow yourself to settle in here, maybe even close your eyes. Slowly come back to center. Give that right knee a nice little squeeze, and then draw the left knee in. You can wiggle side to side, make little circles to neutralize the spine. Then when you're ready, lengthen out that right leg on your mat. Keep the left knee drawn in and squeeze it up towards the chest. Deep breath in, exhale. The knee comes over towards the right. Left arm opens up like a wing. Steady breath. I hope by now in your practice you are starting to feel relaxed. I hope by now your cup is starting to get a little bit more filled up than it was when we first came onto our mats. My goal was to restore you, rejuvenate you, and inspire you. When you're ready, slowly come back up. From here, hug both knees in and we'll take a happy baby. I can't help but smile when I do this pose. I feel like one of my little girls. So bend the knees, flex the feet. If you can't reach the outer edges of your feet, you can hold on to the ankles. But what we're trying to do here is draw our knees down towards the floor and our heels up towards the sky. We're also trying to draw our shoulders down. If you'd like to rock your baby, you can rock it. If you'd like to take full straddle pose, if it feels good for you today, you are welcome to. And then when you're ready, from happy baby or straddle, draw your legs together like you're closing a book and release your arms down by your sides. Keep drawing energy up through the heels. We don't do this enough. We don't give our legs a chance to release. So this is an inversion. Whenever our heart is above our head, we're inverting. And what we're doing here is allowing all the blood, all the swelling from our feet to come back down into our torso, nourishing our organs. And slowly rebend your knees, curl yourself into a tight little ball just for this moment in time. And give yourself a big squeeze. Start to squeeze your toes and your feet and your legs. Start to draw your belly in, squeezing your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your fingers. Take a deep breath in and hold the breath. Exhale, sigh it out. Sprawl open. You have arrived. Shavasana. And if you don't know what Shavasana is, it literally translates from Sanskrit to corpse pose. Okay, so this pose is not about doing. This pose is about being. So I invite you now to lay on the mat. Draw your arms out by your sides, palms up. Again, symbolic of giving and receiving. Draw your legs at least as wide as your mat. Draw them apart. In other words, take up space. It is your birthright. And of course, the most important part about Shavasana is to close your eyes. This seems to be the most essential pose in the entire yoga practice of asana. And yet, sit with your beautiful breath, that life force. So you can start by relaxing the feet and the legs. You can allow your hips to feel like anchors weighing you down into the earth. Feel your entire back body becoming heavy and soft at the same time. Relax your shoulders and your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Turn your attention towards your heart space. If there's any tension whatsoever brewing in your chest, I want you to take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Release the breath. Soften your throat. Relax your jaw. Soften your face and your eyes, and allow yourself to simply rest, rest, rest. Coming back to your breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, making subtle and soft movements. Allow your breath to deepen. On your next big inhale, reach your arms out behind you, extending them. Reach your toes out in front of you. You are one long line of divine, beautiful energy. And on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest. When you are ready, slowly turn over onto your side, finding fetal position. The pose of rebirth. And moving slowly and mindfully, make your way up to a comfortable seated position, coming full circle from where we started almost 60 moments ago. And once you've come to a comfortable seated position, We'll draw our hands together in prayer in front of our foreheads for clarity of thought, our mouths for clarity of speech, and our hearts for clarity of action, letting our light shine through the things we are thinking, saying, and doing. Namaste. My name is Tiffany Zoldan, and it was such a pleasure to be your guide for your yoga practice today. I am the founder of AquaholicJourney.com, not to be confused with alcoholic. Aqua, like the color. AquaholicJourney.com. We provide workshops all over the valley here for women that have been abused, and I am certified in trauma recovery yoga. I also lead yoga teacher trainings globally, and I host female empowerment retreats annually, with my next one coming up this November. And I would love to stay in touch. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social media platforms, you can find me on Instagram under yoga.living.mama or Aquaholic Yoga. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Thank you so much. Namaste.